Hey everybody, welcome once again into the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas, and this is a journey into the wild, strange, unknown realms that surround us all the time. Hi, Car Juice over on Rumble. Good to see you. Good to see everybody that's piling in on this fine Saturday evening. This is the last live stream of the week. It's the last day of the week, so that makes sense, right? But we do these live streams every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights. And so today is the last day of this week. And I won't do another one, generally speaking, until Wednesday. We'll see how it all works out. Kwai Josie. Kwai. What's Kwai? I'm seeing Kwai come up in chat. And I don't know what that word means. What's Kwai? Anybody? Help me out here. Sorry, I got to use it's my Listerine spray. I found that this really helps. Like, especially heading into the winter. I get parched, like bone dry because of heaters. Heaters suck the life out of me. I love being warm, don't get me wrong, but Kauai, hello and goodbye. Okay, thank you. Now I know. Hey, Phil Funk. Continues to remember. Phil Funk remembered. God bless you, sir. Good to see you. I hope you're doing good over there in the East Coast. It was nice meeting you, Phil. I liked the time we had to hang out. That was cool. What was I? Oh, I was saying, yeah, this, it's kind of like a spray. It's really pretty spicy as far as sprayments go. It's like, it's Listerine, but it really keeps me minty fresh. Not that you guys got to worry about my breath, but it does also keep my mouth moisture. So that's good. Otherwise I get this cottonmouth thing cooking. Like I'm, sitting here on a munchie roll or something, from my old days, but yeah, it's just because of the winter air. So anyway, I want to say hello to everybody that's coming in. I guess the best way to do that will be to do shout outs. So far over on Rumble, I got Barbara Mora and Car Juice. Haven't seen any of the others yet, but they'll probably be hopping in here sometime. But let's look at the participants over on YouTube. Anybody over on X or Facebook or Twitch, just say hi there. I will hopefully see it and let you know. But I'm going to give a shout out to all of the people that are chatting so far in the chat. Please keep saying stuff. Otherwise, you'll fall off my list and I can't say hi to you unless you don't care. So, Kwai to you too. What language is it, Kwai? Anyway, Kwai. What language is that? Brenda, it's my native tongue, Abenaki. What's Abenaki? I don't know is there an Abenistan somewhere or something? I don't know. I don't know what Abenaki is. Very interesting though. Very interesting. All right. So, I'm going to say hello to Annie Manuel first. Author, illustrator, BJ Lapierre, of course, is here. Good to see you, BJ. Good to see you, Annie. Buzzacino's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Caitlin is here as well. Chucky Danger's here. Oh, Chucky, are you available? I can send you a link if you are. Let me know in the chat because you can join me tonight if you want. I'm sorry. I'm just totally in a weird place, I guess, mentally. And yeah, Chucky, if you're available, let me know. I'll send you a link. You can join me. Then you can read the question of the week, since it's your labor, of course. Deborah Neighbors is here. Elaine Clifford is here. Henry Dong is here. John Stevenson is here. John Temprin. Josie's here. Kel is here. I'm here. What is that? Paula. Palau? I don't know. Paula AU? Does that mean like Australia or something? I don't know. But welcome, Paul or Paula, whatever that is. Phil Funk, of course, we talked to already. Rachel Gets It Right is here. Sharon Sunshine, Vincent Sanchez, and Wizard Moon. That's fine. That's a good deal. Did Chucky answer? I got to scroll up here. Is he here? Howdy, Henry. Oh, yeah, there he is. I see he's talking to everybody, just not me. What's going on, Chucky? I'm a little offended here. No, if you want to join me, brother, I'd love to have you co-host with me tonight. I totally slipped my mind. I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of like not really focusing really well lately. I did get some stuff done today, which I was feeling good about. Some of which you'll notice eventually at the end of the show. But until then, You may not notice, but Chucky Danger, let me know in the chat if you can hear the sound of my voice. Abinaki. Okay, where is that from? What is Abinaki? Is that a First Nations tribe or something? I don't know. It's really cool. I love learning new things like that. But that's cool. I love becoming a little more knowledgeable than I was the day before, which is yesterday, of course. And so far, I've learned a few things today, but I'd love to learn that too. Is Chucky ignoring me? Chucky, are you ignoring me? Oh, here he is. Okay. He's firing up his computer. God bless him. God bless the man. I got to get that all set up. So just bear with me a second. I'm going to have a co-host tonight. Didn't even realize it because I'm an idiot, but I realized it now. Once I saw his name, I was like, hey, wait, it's Saturday. Chucky joins me every other Saturday, oftentimes. Hold on. Hairballs, obviously. I sit here so quiet throughout the days, and then when I start talking on these shows, it's like everything shakes loose all at once. And again, all right, let's see. New meeting, getting the Zoom fired up for Chucky to join us, ladies and gentlemen. So bear with me as I do this. Let's do that. I'll send it on Discord to Chucky himself. And direct message. This takes just a second, but we'll get it all done. I'm not in streamer mode. I don't want streamer mode. I want to see the names. There you are. I'm sending it via Discord, Chucky. Here it is. Here it is. All right. And paste. There we go. Boom. Hold on. There we go. Oh, he messaged me again. Oh, no, I guess it was the same message. Sent via Discord. Okay, sorry for that. Obviously, lack of preparation there. Oh, God. Phil Funk coming in with the joke. What is an elf's favorite musical genre? Rap music. Because they're rapping presents. That's what it is. Brent, I'm from the Penobscot Nation. Okay, very cool. Well, Kwai to you then. Is there a hand gesture that goes with that? I think that's really cool. I know a little bit of Cherokee. I was kind of learning with a friend of mine back in the day. And I don't remember much, but I remember the greeting is Ayatahe. Ayatahe. Oh, there is the man himself. Let me get this set up so that I'm not on it. There we go. All right.
Let me get my YouTube set up here. Sorry, I'm just kind of all over the place.
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host for the night, Mr. Chucky Danger, who is large and in charge. Can you re-aim your camera?
Yeah.
You got like a Anunnaki head.
It's
huge.
Perfect. Love that.
You're like a giant up in there.
How do I make it smaller?
No, you're fine. That's fine. I just wanted to see more of your forehead and top of your head. There we go. I got it now. That'll work. You're going to be a little bigger than me, but that's okay. You are bigger than me in heart and stature. So good to have you here, buddy.
6'2".
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. So I am 6'2", so.
Yeah. Well, that's bigger than me. I'm about 5'10", or used to be. I don't know what the hell I am now, but yeah. So good to have you, man. Sorry I didn't even think about asking you. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Like, I was thinking I was forgetting something, and I just couldn't figure out what it was. But it wasn't until I saw your name pop up in chat. It's like, oh, Chucky. So good to have you, man. What's been new?
Oh, man, so busy. I've been working overtime all day today, and then did a guest appearance on another podcast, and so I've been working pretty solid here.
Which podcast was that?
Appalachian Intelligence.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. I'm not familiar with that one, but cool. Was it a good show? Was it a good show?
Oh yeah, it was pretty decent.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry if you couldn't hear me. I don't know.
No, I was just getting echo because I was trying to fire up YouTube on the computer here, and it was giving me
Oh,
like a 2 second delay, and yeah.
yeah, that'll give you an aneurysm in a hurry.
Oh yeah.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad you're here because you can read the question of the week tonight when we get to that. I got some new stuff coming up first, but let me back out of this. I'm just froggy as hell. So I'm actually really glad you're with me because I don't have to talk a little bit. So it's a win-win, brother.
Yep.
But I got
How was your day today?
It's been good. I actually got some things accomplished that I've been wanting to get done forever, and hopefully you guys will see it. Like I said, you'll see it at the end of the show, but just got one thing visually that you'll notice, and then some other stuff I got wrapped up to. Teasers. Nothing huge, just something that was irritating the hell out of me. Every time I close the show, it's like,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Maybe you do. Don't give it away. All right, so I guess right about now would be a good time. BJ Lapeer says, Chucky looks exhausted. You exhausted, Chucky?
I may be exhausted.
We'll see if we can wake you up a little bit with all of the excitement about being part of...
just about to nap on the couch watching Stranger Things with my son.
Oh, do you got your son tonight?
I do, yeah. But
okay.
He's got his headphones in and he's playing Minecraft. So.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, if you want to take off early or whatever, you can. It's just good to have you back, man. It's been forever since you've been on the show. So thanks for coming on with me.
Yeah. I figured it was about time to jump back on.
All right. Well, let's do some news, brother. What do you say? You ready for some news?
Let's do it.
Let's get to some news, ladies and gentlemen, and find out what the hell's going on in the world. It's time for the news. Now they can hear me. Buttons. I got to push them every once in a while. Oops. Oh, we got company. Ladies and gentlemen. Joined by one. Let's right over here in this space somewhere. According to the Ghost Radar. Very cool. Not alone here either, as it turns out. But this is the news, ladies and gentlemen, where we discuss news stories. Sometimes they're paranormal, supernatural, Fortean topics. Sometimes they're just interesting or bizarre or hilarious or any measure of all of those, or just informative. So hopefully you find and hear something that you enjoy and you have a good time with it. Just remember, it's the news. It's what we do. First part of every show, and as always, I utilize a lot of different sites during the course of these shows, so please visit these sites. Please give them your love. They are exceptionally well done sites. They are the best that I've found on the internet, and it's my absolute pleasure to promote them to you guys, to give that information, because you guys are into this stuff. This is what you love. Well, these are the sites that I've found that do it the best. So please visit these sites and give them your love. So we are going to get to the news now, and I got to get the window open. More buttons, Chucky. All right, here we go. Here's the first one tonight. This one's coming from Science and Technology, and I think this is something we all saw coming. Hell, it was pretty much showcased in the movie Incredibles. The Incredibles, the Pixar animation Incredibles. You saw that, right, Chucky?
I sure did.
Yes, it was a great movie. Very well done. And
Frozone.
Samuel Jackson, Frozone. Yeah, that's hilarious. That was great. I mean, he did a great job in that. But here we go. This comes right out of the pages of The Incredibles. It's time for the future, and it looks like this. From Science and Technology, pages of unexplained-mysteries.com, ladies and gentlemen. Russia creates bio-drone spy pigeons with computer chips. You remember that part when they're on the island and the bird's like looking at them, and then they look, oh, hey, bird. And it goes,
oh, yeah.
Starts alarming. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. I was like, oh, no. Yep,
This has
pigeons.
been a weird conspiracy theory for a long time.
Yep. Well, it is now no longer a theory, apparently.
Yep.
Let's see what it says. A bizarre new experiment. Oh, let me put you back on the screen. Sorry. I got to get you up here. Where are you? Where the hell are you? Second camera?
I'm right here.
No, I know where you are. I'm just trying to get you. Here it is. Trying to get you on the screen. Oh, man, you're not framed up over here. Hold on. I'm going to get you framed first, then I'll start reading. I got to bring you in and bring you down and move you over and get you all around. Sounds like a hoedown. That sounded wildly inappropriate, but all right, here we go.
What are you calling me, Brent?
Never mind. All right, here we go. A bizarre new experiment has seen entire flocks of pigeons fitted with remote-controlled computer chips. Well, that's not really the same. They're not quite robotic birds, but close enough. A new type of drone, one made of flesh and blood, as opposed to metal and plastic, has been the subject of a disturbing new experiment at state-linked Moscow neurotechnology firm NEIRY, I guess, N-E-I-R-Y. By implanting neural chips inside the brains of pigeons, boffins have boffins? What the hell are boffins? They said whatever boffins are, they succeeded in creating a flock of birds that can be remotely controlled. Oh, dear God, that sounds like some Franken-science there. Thus enabling their flight routes to be directed from afar. Each bird is equipped with a tiny solar-powered backpack that tracks them and receives the signals. And according to the firm, any bird can be potentially fitted with the same technology. We should get eagles then, right? I'm just kidding. I don't advocate this at all. It's disgusting. Because the animals can cover hundreds of miles a day, the goal of the work is to enable the birds to act as remote-controlled biological reconnaissance drones. For transporting heavier payloads, we plan to use ravens, for coastal monitoring seagulls, and for large marine territories, albatrosses, said company founder Alexander Panov. That sounds very Russian. The implications of this are concerning, as larger birds could even be equipped with small explosive payloads. Yeah, geez, I didn't see that coming. And potentially used to fly into and blow up enemy targets on the battlefield. As if regular drones weren't enough of a problem in Ukraine, imagine the difficulty in defending a position against flocks of explosive birds descending on you from the sky. Could this be the next evolution in warfare? Only time will tell. You know, they were doing this with dolphins back in World War II, right?
They also lit bats on fire and let them go in Japan, and they flew into the roosts in the cities and burned them all down in the fire attacks too.
Oh, really? God.
Yeah.
That's sadistic. I mean, it's like diabolically clever, but it's just so sadistic. I mean,
It is.
You can't have any empathy and light something on fire just thinking, well, that'll take out some enemies. You know, I mean, as it screams and flies away, it's like, yeah, I feel good about my life. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't if you're lighting things on fire to start fires. Now, I know we're in the fog of war. You know, it's a whole different world. I get it, but
It's still diabolical.
it is. Yeah, it is. Because it's not like they signed up for it, you know. They didn't sign up to be, hey, just strap something to me. I'll go take care of this for you. That's not what happened. That's not how it went. But there you go. The future is now. And it looks like remote-controlled pigeons so far.
Poor birds.
I know, right? That's like, I'm betting this is a one-way ticket for them. Like, I'm sure they kind of fly them until they're dead, you know. It's not like they, well, you retired number 85. You can go live on the roost now and eat seeds. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, it's very Fern Gully with Batty and his wires sticking out of his neck.
Ah, yeah, that's true. I never saw that, but I remember that image of that bat that was all wired up and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, you never seen Fern Gully?
No. My mom loved that movie, though. I know she played it for a lot of my cousins who were little kids, but I was much older when it came out and never got back to it. And having kids, I don't ever remember seeing it with them. So,
if you've seen Avatar, you've basically seen Fern Gully.
oh, okay. Oh, you're saying
they stole the plot.
So as James Cameron is taking these huge bows, it's like, it's just Fern Gully.
Pretty much.
That dick. No, I'm just kidding.
Dances with Smurfs.
Yeah, kind of. Papa Smurf. There you go. All right. Well, that's the first one, and we've got more, and I'm going to get to more right now as I close that one. And here we go. Chucky, you and I have talked about this a little bit, I think, on other appearances. This is the 3-Eye Atlas thing going on, you know?
Oh,
Well,
yep.
you saw the picture that NASA produced, and it looks like a headlight in fog, you know?
Kind of jokey, yeah.
Yeah, and then some amateur astronomer with an $800 telescope shot this beautiful picture of it,
A
and
much better one.
yeah,
Yeah.
amazingly good.
Did you actually hear that NASA live stream when they were talking about 3-Eye Atlas?
No, I didn't, but I
Oh, it was actually really interesting because they had one scientist that went off script. You could tell he was reading from the teleprompter,
uh-huh.
and then he went off script and he
Ooh.
started talking about uh, missions on Mars. And he was saying that we've been looking for an alien signal on Mars for the past 30 years.
Ooh, no. I never even heard
Like,
about that until now.
I mean, when was the first rover put on Mars? I'm certainly wasn't 30 years ago
No, I think it
that we
was
were made aware of publicly.
probably in the 2000s was when the first rover was put over there, I think, that we know
Yeah,
of.
I can't remember what year it was exactly, but yeah, that was news to me that we've been on Mars for 30 years
Yeah, that's a script change for sure.
looking
Wow.
for an alien. They actually cut the live stream right as he said that.
Oh, okay. Was that when they were going to start showing images too, or is this a different live
No,
stream?
he was just talking about it, and then all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Meanwhile, they're like, "Thanks a lot, Jason, you dick.
Pretty much.
You just wrecked our live stream. God." Here we go. Let's get into more of the 3-Eye Atlas stuff because apparently Hubble's been used to look at this thing. And I didn't hear about this until today either. So let's find out what this is all about. Because according to unexplained-mysteries.com, Space and Astronomy Files, Hubble captures new photograph of interstellar visitor 3-Eye Atlas. This isn't it. This can't be it, right? That still sucks.
Yeah, what is that?
Exactly. What is that? I mean, that's ridiculous. The guy with the freaking $800 telescope got this beautiful image of it, which was very peculiar looking as far as a comet. And this is Hubble. This thing's like the size of a large school bus, and it's billions of dollars. And this
Yeah.
is what it's spitting out. These guys have got to be. I mean, they just must think we're just idiots. They have to. They have to. Well, let's see what it says. The long-lived space telescope captured a beautiful, clear image of the object using its wide-field camera 3 instrument. It would be no exaggeration to say that 3-Eye Atlas, an interstellar object that is discovered earlier this year, hurtling through our solar system, has become something of an obsession for some. And while most scientists agree the object is a comet, others, including Harvard astronomer Professor Avi Loeb, thinks that its unusual characteristics and behavior may be more indicative of a spacecraft sent by some distant extraterrestrial civilization. Now NASA has published a brand new image of 3-Eye Atlas captured by the Hubble Space Telescope. At the time, the comet was about 178 million miles, 286 million kilometers, for those of you in the metric system, from Earth, NASA wrote. Hubble tracked the comet as it moved across the sky. As a result, background stars appear as streaks of light. Hubble previously observed 3-Eye Atlas in July, shortly after its discovery, and a number of NASA missions have since studied the comet as well. Observations are expected to continue for several more months as 3-Eye Atlas heads out of our solar system. While there's nothing new here to indicate its artificial origin for the object, the photograph does serve to maintain widespread interest in this enigmatic and stunning interstellar interloper. That's interesting. I got to look at this because amateur EUR astronomer captures image of 3-Eye Damn it. 3i
It
Atlas.
should actually be at its closest point to Earth on the 19th,
Yeah, that's what I had heard as well. But where's that
which
image?
is a new moon, so it should be like pretty bright in the sky.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow.
Hmm.
That'll be kind of cool to see it. Okay, here's the image that this amateur astronomer captured, folks. This could be on What the Hell Is That? Because this is, in comparison to NASA's attempts at giving us headlights and fog and really glaring bright objects, this is the object that was captured by the the amateur astronomer. Now, this guy's using an $800 telescope and caught this. I mean, are you kidding me? There's more.
Yeah, that certainly looks a lot different, doesn't it?
Right. I mean, this guy's dialing. It was. I mean, it's. You can see the shape of it, or is that a plume? I don't know. But at any rate, that's much more impressive than the trash they're throwing at us, which is
Well, I mean, it looks like it's lit up like a disco party.
right. Yeah. This is Hubble and NASA. There. And it's still really, really small and out there. It's just this basically a point of light in the sky. And then here's amateur astronomer with a $800 telescope. There's your tax dollars at work, folks, right there. That's how well they're doing it. Yeah, it's, by Canadian astrophotographer Paul Craigs of the Interstellar Comet. He did a much better job than NASA did. And there's other images here. That one looks more normal. There's another one. I don't know if this is his or not, but there's this may be a why Paul Craig's pictures went viral. Yeah, this is the full size image of it, but this is the more zoomed in version.
Okay, and their photos, the stars don't appear as streaks, so that's also something.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think, well, Hubble uses just normal light like a camera, so that is interesting. That's true. Like they did a really long exposure on this to make it as nebulous as possible.
Geo.
I mean, it's just stupid. You know, it's like, oh, they can never know. Oh, wait, we forgot about the internet. You mean they can find out stuff on their own? Yes, we can. So there you have it. There's the comparison, folks. $800 home telescope or this with billions of dollars Hubble telescope. I think the home version's better. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's that. So what you saying? NASA's lying? NASA, the acronym is never a straight answer, folks. That's what they say, and I don't know.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, it sure is, but I just wanted to show you guys this in case you hadn't seen it, because that is so much more impressive. At least, I mean, it feels like you can kind of get an idea of this thing being atypical for sure, as far as comets go, because comets are generally, I think I mean, they might be oblong space rocks or ice or whatever, but they don't look like plates. This looks like...
Well, that one's supposed to be almost pure nickel.
Oh, the 3i Atlases?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm confused then. I thought well, I don't know what the difference is. I guess I'm an idiot anyway, but I thought that comets were generally ice and...
Yeah, generally. That's why this one's kind of anomalous, because it's mostly nickel, so it's like incredibly heavy and dense and mostly metal.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Well, I know the exhaust has been mostly
the size
nickel.
of Manhattan.
Yeah. It's a big piece of metal the size of Manhattan. Delilah T3X says, if it's a UFO, why doesn't it use portals to get here fast? Why fly in space? Maybe there's different UFOs. Maybe they don't all have the zippity stuff, or maybe it's just so damn big they couldn't just pop it in a portal. Maybe they got to drive it.
I've heard of sophisticated but less sophisticated alien civilizations that basically have to planetary hop in order to get to places.
Okay. Yep. I mean, it depends on the sophistication of the race. If we're being visited by, the cosmos full of different extraterrestrial intelligences, then it's feasible that some of them are way ahead of others. And maybe these guys are just sorting out the whole touching the stars kind of thing. I don't know. They're obviously ahead of us in any case.
Have you had a chance to watch the new Age of Disclosure documentary?
No, I haven't. Have you?
I've heard a lot about it. I've watched some breakdowns on the documentary.
Okay.
It is pretty interesting. It'll be really good for the lay person to watch and get the groundwork information. Mm-hmm. But they did reveal some new things as well.
Right. Okay.
One of the things that I found pretty interesting was they were saying anytime anyone takes a photo of a UFO and they come out blurry, there's a reason for that. Oh. And that it's inside of a space-time bubble. So they equate it to like taking a photo of a koi fish in a pond. Mm-hmm. So you can get a clear photo if you put your camera in the water. But if you're taking a picture outside of the water, you're going to get glare from the sun and it's going to come out not so clear.
Sure. Yep. That's a good point.
And then my mind immediately went to Sasquatch.
The bubbles.
So it was like, is Sasquatch in a space-time bubble when we get blurry photos of them?
Wouldn't that be something, right? Except it's organically doing it rather than technologically. That's pretty impressive.
That would be wild.
Oof. Yep. I don't know. Well, I mean, there's discussions certainly about that. Even with more ascended spiritual practitioners in some Eastern countries, or there's been bilocation and things like that have been reported forever, and levitation.
Certainly.
So it's hard to say what we're capable of. If we could really dial into our abilities, what could we do? What could we really do?
Even ghosts come out kind of blurry in photos.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, this is a huge discussion, really. But you're right. I mean, they're certainly composed of energy, but then again, all matter is energy, but it's a different vibrational state or something. And so, I don't know that, ghosts showing up as blurry probably isn't as hard to understand, because it's like they're not really tangible in the traditional sense. The energy that they are isn't manifest in these, solid forms. But it is interesting that all things are energy in the most rudimentary. All things, like your phone, this microphone, my forehead, everything. It's all energy. So it really gets pretty deep in a hurry. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It almost gives me a headache when I try to follow it, the logic of it all. It's like, I'm just going to curl up in a ball now. It's too much.
The physics is pretty wild.
It is really wild. And then quantum physics is a whole different, level of bizarre. And, it just.
And a potentially black ops version of physics that is not publicly available.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was videos I remember seeing back in, when I first got the internet. I mean, at home was probably in the mid 2000s, maybe earlier. Maybe it was more. Yeah, no, it was about then. No, in the 90s. In the 90s, I got my first home computer. But I remember seeing a video out of the Middle East somewhere, and it was an American tank was parked there. But up comes this figure, and it looks like the Predator. This guy's running along, looking like the Predator, like it's the bent light, the prismatic effect, but it approximates a person's shape. It climbs up on the tank, and then gets more clear, but not quite like person, but it gets more visible, and then jumps in. And I was like, oh my God, and that was long before CGI really became accessible, long before AI was even any kind of thing,
Yep.
And how was that accomplished? And it wasn't like part of a movie. It wasn't like something that, it's a clip from the new Predator. It was just some, I don't know, stock footage out of the Middle East. Like somebody happened to capture it and they leaked it. So
they've been working on that tech for a good while. There was a tech demonstration last year, the year before,
hmm
where this tech demonstrator was uh, showcasing these armored shields that you can place in front of you, and it refracts the light from behind you
yep,
to in front of you.
yeah, yeah,
So you appear to just disappear.
right.
And as he's giving this demonstration about this shield, there's about like 5 soldiers walk by in the background. And the whole part of the demonstration was, did you even notice the soldiers?
Oh, that's wild. Yeah. Well, there's also been demonstrations of like having someone up there giving a talk on stage and then having like a gorilla wander through.
Oh, yeah,
And then
yeah.
at the end they're like, "Did you see the gorilla?" And everybody's, "What? What gorilla?" You know? And I didn't see it either. I was like, "What?" And then when I watched the replay, I was like, "No kidding. There was a gorilla once. How did I not see that?" So it's amazing what we don't see, you know, but
Yeah.
it's crazy. Crazy
The
stuff.
art the art of misdirection.
Yes, exactly. It's prestidigitation is based on that, you know? Or magic, in other words. All right.
Yo.
Yep. So that's the newest, I guess, development of the 3i Atlas. But there's more. I got more. I actually got a bunch more, and I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to do them all, but I don't think we'll have time to do them all. Because we got a show to get to as well. This isn't just the Paranormal Portal news show. This one's coming from... No, I'm not going to read this one. That's kind of boring. Not that one. I'll save that one. Ooh, this one sounds kind of cool. Maybe not, though. I'm just looking through the ones I got. Yeah, I think I'm going to read this one. Because this is from the Nature and Environment files of Unexplained-Mysteries. And I don't know how gargantuan they mean, but according to Unexplained-Mysteries, Nature and Environment, remains of gargantuan octopus discovered on Scottish beach. And he's holding that. Not that. When I say gargantuan octopus, I'm thinking something that could, like bear hug Godzilla. Is what I'm thinking. This looks big, but not as big as I was thinking. Let's see what it says. Local wildlife officials were amazed when they received a report of a giant tentacles wash up along the shoreline. The strangeness began when a member of the public came across what appeared to be the remains of a huge octopus at Forvey National Nature Reserve in Aberdeenshire. The area, which covers about 2,471 acres of sand dunes and heath? What's heath? Isn't that a candy bar?
Heath is a town.
Okay, well, there you go. Thank you, Chucky. You're obviously
welcome.
much more worldly than I am, but Heath is a town. Is a popular refuge for wildlife, and these are something we clearly hadn't seen before with a large diameter and a big suckers. Sorry, I'm an idiot, but you get the whole picture. Far too big for the common curled octopus we see around the shore here, said Reserve Manager Catriona Reed. When marine biologists examined the tentacles, it was determined that they belong to one of the largest species of octopus on Earth, a deep sea behemoth which grows up to 4 meters across. Well, that's plenty big, though. That's a lot of octopus.
Yeah.
4 meters across. That's pretty big. Such a discovery was particularly unusual along the coastline of Scotland, and there are deep water species usually found below 1,640 feet. So it's a puzzle how it came to be here, said Reed. Washed up by deep water currents, trawled by fishermen? We'll probably never know, but it's a fascinating find nonetheless, and yet again serves to illustrate how little we know about deep water creatures.
That's really interesting, actually, because not that long ago there was an article about them finding a swordfish in one of the locks.
Really?
Yeah, it was washed up on shore too.
Oh, wow.
So
That
there
was
must be some weird ocean phenomenon around Scotland right now that they're finding these ocean creatures in the locks.
Oh, wow. I wonder how maybe it died because it found its way in through some aquifers and couldn't survive in the fresh water, so it just died.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But God, that's bizarre.
Yeah, I have the article saved on my Instagram.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably try to go over there and check it out. That's fascinating. Did it have pictures?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How big a swordfish was it?
I mean, not like max length swordfish, but I mean, it was huge.
That's cool. Yeah, again, we don't know much about the waterways in the world. The oceans, obviously, not much at all, but we probably know just as little about the inland waters, maybe a little more because they're easier to map. But yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't be
I mean,
surprised.
they just found a species of jellyfish in Lake Tahoe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like the moving kind?
Yeah. Like
Wow.
they videotaped it because Lake Tahoe is one of the deepest lakes in the world,
Okay.
and they went down into the depths of Lake Tahoe and videotaped these tiny little jellyfish.
Oh, bizarre.
So it's the second species of freshwater jellyfish ever discovered.
Well, there you go. See, I didn't even know that. Chucky, you just are so much more learned than I am. But that's cool. I didn't know that either. I grew up in Minnesota along the Mississippi River, and we had these like I don't know, they were like jelly. They literally were like jelly growths, and they're probably some kind of I don't know, some fungus or bacteria, but they would grow on rocks, and there would be like this thick layer of jelly like stuff, and you'd slip on them when you're walking in the in the water because it's like walking on jelly. It just there's no gripping it. It's just this. We always called that jellyfish, but
Right.
it has no locomotion. It just grows in a place. So I don't think that probably qualifies as any
Are
kind
they
of similar.
green?
No, they're pretty clear. I mean, they're green because it's in
Clear.
the
Okay.
Mississippi, but that's the
Yeah.
algae and debris that's in that water. But that they're pretty much translucent, just clear. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I seen some like weird creature in a lake this summer that was like a tube of green.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alive or
I don't know
dead?
what. I don't know if that you could classify it as living, but maybe.
So where I grew up also, as a young kid, I don't remember seeing things that were really any bizarre at all. I mean, just normal stuff. Like I grew up every day I was on the beach when it was warm enough, and even in the winter, we'd walk along the beach, but it'd be all snow. But there's two things that I've seen in that lake that I just blew me away. And the first one was those little minnows that are always running along the shorelines very close? And they're only like this long. They're like literally an inch and a half, maybe long.
Yeah.
I caught one fishing that was like literally like 8 or 10 inches long. It was this gargantuan, gigantic version of it, of a shiner minnow. We always called them shiner minnows. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Well, I caught it and I threw it back. And then as an adult, my friends brought their boat down to the beach. We had lived right on the shores there of the lake. And it's the widest point of the Mississippi, so we call it a lake, but it's Lake Pepin. And I was walking out to their boat, and I looked down, and there's something about this big, and it's flat, and it's kind of brown colored, and it's in the very shallowest of water. And I'm like, oh, what is that? And I pick it up, and it's literally the size of my palm, Chucky. It was one of those water bugs that have the paddles, but it was
Oh.
this big. I'm
Yeah.
not kidding. I picked it up and I was like, yeah, because it moved. It was moving. It was like, yeah, what are you doing? Take me out of the water. It was gigantic.
Did it have the really gnarly biter pinchers?
Yeah, I mean, it had the whole works, and it had those fold up arms. And once it flipped those arms up and started kicking, I was like, yeah. And I, threw it out in the water. But I was like, oh my God, that's the biggest water bug I've ever seen in my life. And
Yeah.
and then the frankenfly that I've shared on the show before, and that was literally the size of one of those giant bumblebees, but it was like a cross between a bumblebee and a fly, because it had the fly eyes and stuff, not the streamlined bumblebee or bee kind of thing, but it had the fuzzy abdomen, not shiny. It was just really crazy. I might have
Gnarly.
I might have pictures of that. I wonder if I should show them, just
Yeah,
because
you should send those over to me if you find them.
the pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
I could put them up on screen probably if you just give me a second. Maybe. I called it Frankenbug because it was enormous. You know those big colorful houseflies like green and they're blue and they're giant.
Kind of iridescent.
Well, this thing was so big, it was dragging a spider web full of those things behind it on one of its legs. Like it had broke through whatever web that those other ones were in and got caught. And it was just buzzing. Like it was freaking crazy, but I'm looking for it now. Hold on. I'm going to see if I could find it. It was just creepy. I wonder if I put it. If you don't mind, guys, I would share this with you guys. I think it's worth. Where the hell is it? There we go. Live stream. Excuse me. I'm looking, trying to do this quickly. I realize I'm missing time here on this, but I think it's worth sharing because it's got to be some kind of weird anomaly. Now, I will say we live downstream from a nuclear plant. So. Yeah, we did. Seriously.
It's like Godzilla fly.
You're right. Yeah, it's like literally the Godzilla thing all in real, but I'm not. Where is it? Is it under
Mothra's arch enemy?
Yeah, exactly. No. It's not there. So is it PP image? Paranormal Portal image? I'm looking for it. If I can find it, I'll put them up. This is kind of bugging me because I know it's on this hard drive. I've shown them before, but if it's not on this one, it's definitely on my other computer. That might be where it is. It's on my old computer.
Okay.
I will send them to you though, but it's just this freaky. You know how big a mailing label is? Those sticker mailing labels.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing was like half the size of that. It was just huge, and I've got it on a piece of because I put a cup over it. It was in my house, and I put a cup over it, and then a glass on top, and then I took pictures. I was like, "This is enormous." So
flew off with the cup.
Yeah, no, but I did. I was like, "What do I do with it?" And I'm like, "Well, it was already here. It's from here, so I just took it outside and took it out, and it flew away very slowly. It was a very slow flying thing, but it did fly away. And I did send pictures of it to an entomologist, and he's like, "I don't know what that is." Hand to God.
Oh, wow.
He had no idea what it was. He's like, "I have no idea what that is. That's very unusual." And then he asked if I had any, had saved it at all. I'm like, "No, I let it go." He's go, "Oh, okay." So
you probably crushed it.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, that was I could have named it." Yeah, exactly. But I just let it go. Good to see you, Jason. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. I'll try to get those images and put it up. I don't think it's on my Instagram. It might be, but I don't think so. But anyway, I think we're going to stop here with the news because we got more, but I got to get to the Discord question of the week because that's Chucky's deal. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's head back out to the rest of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we're going to get to the next segment of our show. I got to reframe you again a little bit, Chucky. You're definitely on one half of the screen more than others, so I'm going to put you over here. Nope. Now, don't shift. Don't. You sit still, mister. All
yes,
right,
sir.
There it is. All right, I got you framed correctly, I think. All right, so we're going to get to a segment that's, well, it's being championed by my co-host, Mr. Chucky Danger. Every week he's been asking a question, and it's called the Discord question of the week. So let's get to this now. And that's not the one. Here it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Discord question of the week, and this is... we have a Discord server. It is, I guess Rachel put it up on screen. So it's actually on your screen over there next to Chucky's head on the bottom there. That's our Discord server. And you're welcome to join anybody that wants to be a part of these discussions. We've got a great community over there. It's just amazing. A lot of the same people that are chatting right here in our chat room every show our members over there and continuing the conversation. Where is my Discord? Oh, there it is. Sorry. I minimized it by accident, but we're going to go to the question of the week. And this one's been up for a couple weeks because, honest to God, last weekend I forgot to do it. So you've had extra time for those of you that chose to weigh in on it. But this is what it looks like. This is our Discord server right here. Here is the question of the week, as you can see right here on the left. And you'll always know the questions because they're kind of highlighted in this golden box. And they are always asked by Chucky. And he asks a question about some paranormal, supernatural, Fortean topic, just to see what you guys think, because there is no wrong answers. I like this segment a lot because you guys have put some amazing ideas out there that I never would have come up with. So I learn a lot and get new ideas about this stuff every time we do this. So, Chucky, it's all yours, brother.
All right.
Penalty.
So, yeah, this one's been up.
It said penalty.
What did that just say?
It said
penalty.
Penalty. It's your penalty. you gotta read it. It's your penalty.
Well, I mean, this one's been up here for a couple weeks now.
Yes.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So this question is: science fiction in the media often talks and shows paranormal events, stories we discuss under a veneer of make-believe. Do you think it's possible that government agencies and elites of the world use real-life stories as their science fiction basis to sow seeds of doubt and confusion to make the real stories seem less believable? Or are they telling real stories in a very subtle way as to not sow fear and panic?
Ooh. That's a great question. How do you think of these, dude?
I just put my thinking cap on and ponder these things. Okay. Usually under a, oh crap, I gotta put up a new question.
And it just comes out of you. Well, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll sit there and chew on it for like half a day and then I'll post it.
Sure. All right.
All right, Steel City Slacker comes in first. Or Stacker, sorry.
He's not a stacker.
Slacker.
He's a stacker, not a slacker.
Comes in first and says, I feel on either side of this coin they know, and it's one way of desensitizing the public to the cryptids, paranormal, and UFOs that inhabit this earth. So yes, they know, and yes, they let us know in these very subtle ways.
Good point. Sure.
Captain Gray 2000 comes in next and says, I feel the general population will keep their heads in the sand no matter what. Look at the drones over tri-state area, for example. I mean, we still haven't really come to a good answer as to what that was.
Yeah, good point.
True.
But it's true.
You know,
there was so many ideas and it was amazing the amount of like brain food that was getting spread out on this stuff. Like, oh, it's this. No, it's this. No, it's this. What is it?
We know where they are. We know the garage they're parked in, and it's huge.
Chucky, I didn't know you did impressions too.
The Batman comes in next and says, no matter the subject, the powers that be have mastered controlling the narrative and tainting information with half-truths.
True.
Ain't that the truth?
I think there is, because I think it's, it's a great point that sometimes it's like an abundance of information, like they just flood information out there just to get it so people don't even hardly pay attention. And then
like Three-Eye Atlas.
Yeah, and then it's misinformation, and then it's absolute, amalgamations of truth, but embellishments or whatever, and you never know what's true anymore,
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was even an X-Files episode where the smoking man writes his own fictional story and tries to get it published, and it's actually real life X-Files stuff that he's trying to publish.
Yeah. Wow. Special thank you to I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Just special thank you to Josh Casto, is now a monthly supporter over on Rumble. Thank you so much. And hello to Justin Goodearth and I thought Dog Diggers. Yeah, Dog Digger came in there and Car Juice as well. So good to see you guys. Thank you. Okay, sorry.
No worries. Gasman comes in next and says, as with any folklore, legend, and myth, there is always a kernel of truth in there that gets expanded on. While the story may not be factually true, in some situations, there's always that based on a true story tagline.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they can take a piece of truth and just run with it.
Yeah, kind of like Fire in the Sky.
Oh, yeah. It is quite a departure, according to Travis, what his real story is versus what they created in that movie. But there's some similarities, but there's a lot of differences.
Just kind of took liberties with it.
Or Cocaine Bear.
Oh my goodness.
Cocaine Bear. They said based on a true story. The only truth was that a bear ate some cocaine in the woods.
It died right away.
The movie version, it went on a rampage. The true story is it made it about 100 yards and fell dead from a stroke. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's based on a true story though.
Yeah. There's actual real life spin-offs that are coming out of that.
We're gonna
the naturalist Forrest Galante was talking about Florida meth gators and stuff like that.
And when you see the crack rabbits.
Oh my goodness. No. Then you get Monty Python.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Then we need the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Yeah, I don't know where they sell those, so we better hope that doesn't happen.
Vatican. They have
probably
the only one.
True. That's probably true.
Eric the Wandering Purple Hobbit comes in next. Answer the week. Ask Phil. Got the funk. He knows all. Yes, I firmly believe that that's what happens. The show X-Files, for example. Many, many more examples. My 61-year-old mind can't remember right now. I've always believed they use Hollyweird to level with us.
It is surprising some of the things that came out through like the X-Files. And I loved that show back in the day. I mean, that was like my Friday. My Fridays were always set aside for X-Files. It's like, okay, no, I can't go do nothing. X-Files is on tonight. I was just a junkie for it.
Well, supposedly, in season 1 of the X-Files, the very first UFO crash episode, that is supposedly a real UFO crash site.
What? I never heard this. I don't believe that, but I'd never heard that. Wow.
I mean, obviously, the UFO they show in the episode isn't true, but
they went to a real site.
The site itself is a real crash site.
Oh, okay. That doesn't surprise me. I think who was the guy that wrote that? The X-Files? I can't remember, but but I think
the name escapes me right now.
Yeah, me too. But I think he was really dialed into a lot of this stuff, and I
think he was read into a few things because I think even the episode where Scully gets abducted for the first time.
Yeah.
I think that UFO is supposed to be based off like the TR-3B.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So like they knew some things and didn't say it.
Yeah. They said it, but they didn't say it. True.
Yeah.
It just became entertainment, and that's okay.
Just as long as Lamprey Man's not real, I'm okay.
Yeah, that one was creepy. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BJ Lapierre comes in next and says, I think that for decades it has been the government's way of doing soft disclosures to get the public more accepting of what really is going on when they, again, the government, decided it's time to let the public quietly and without mass panic know the real story. This soft disclosure has been happening, I believe, since at least the Truman administration. I believe that the government itself got with the Hollywood elite at the time, and under the veil of governmental controlled secrecy, to begin integrating our minds and slowly making us all accustomed to all forms of the paranormal, but especially the UFO sightings and abductions that were going to begin happening at that point and continuing on into the future. War of the Worlds was first broadcasted in 1938 during the Roosevelt era, and that in itself and all the panic that this one radio program caused proved that there needed to be a softer disclosure made from that point on. I mean, that did cause a lot of
Oh
panic.
my God, people jumped from buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all done. Like, nope, I'm out.
Especially people that didn't tune into the very beginning of that
Yeah,
broadcast.
yeah, and missed the disclaimer. Yeah, yeah.
The real soft disclosures began, as I said, with the Truman administration after the 1947 Roswell incident cover up and
Mm-hmm.
went on from there to the present day. I don't believe we will ever know everything there is to know about what is going on in our skies or the deals that our government has made with the various alien races that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do believe is that none of it is good, and that the human race as we are now will, before damaged by it. Oh, and yes, I do believe some real life stories are used in many of these soft disclosures going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
I
think so
mean,
too. I mean, it's probably the stuff. I mean, it's the greatest material out there is the true stories, right?
yep.
So,
In the first Men in Black movie, they basically show you a underground military base without saying it's a deep underground military base. And
oh
that's
yeah,
before we really started talking about that in the UFO culture.
that's true. Yeah.
And they also show when Agent J goes into the weapons room
Mm-hmm.
and he's just screwing around with the stuff on the shelf. He grabs that one orb that kind of
Yeah.
bounces around the whole office and causes all that destruction.
Yeah.
And then Agent K grabs a gauntlet and stops the ball.
Yeah.
In the congressional hearings, they've mentioned that ball and the gauntlet separately on a couple occasions.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's kind of weird.
That's a lot weird. Yeah. That's a lot weird. Wow.
I
Yikes.
mean, not in combination of use, but they've said they went into this military base and there was this orb hovering in the middle of the room, and then there was this weird gauntlet that had kind of like a mind tech
Mm-hmm.
link with it, and they weren't really sure what it was used for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of strange.
That kind of reminds me of like Guardians of the Galaxy, the guy that was played by that had the mohawk and he had that arrow that he could whistle to. You know, it's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you know, it's kind of that. Maybe that's what that orb was for then, if that's the case. Like, yeah, you just carry it and you just start thinking about it and it'll go.
Whistling.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it also kind of sounds like the Boogosphere before the Boogosphere happened.
yeah. But I don't know. Was that orb? That orb was supposed to be small though, wasn't it?
Mm,
Or was it
in the
that big?
movie, it was small, but they didn't really give a good size in the congressional
Oh,
hearing.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Yep. Yep. The truth is stranger than fiction.
Yup. Michelle Wilfong comes in next and says, I think both. The government likes to use fear to control us and base their studies on others' experiences, holding back what they think would cause panic. I do believe they only let us see what they want us to see.
Sure. Yep. Again, the magician's trick. Watch the hand. Watch this hand, not that other one, just this one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of that. You know, show us something shiny. Bread and circuses, bread and what is it? Bread and games or whatever.
Bread and circuses.
Yeah, I was right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gladiator games.
Yeah, it's a good distraction. Keep people focused on something. And you can see that even with the news cycles. You know, this, oh, really? Is this the perfect time that they needed to report on this? And then you find
Oh,
out,
absolutely.
but there was a late night hearing behind closed doors where they voted on,
Mm-hmm.
On
Every
something.
time.
Every time. Yes, every time. So it's pretty scary.
Little Cam 51 comes in next. I think most of the stuff from the mainstream shows on television and such focusing on the paranormal are just controlled narrative and not much added layers most of the time, as they don't really want to show the real and true woo side of things.
Mm.
As stuff like true necromancy and such would freak the general public out if they shown how it's really done.
Mm.
Stuff like CE5 and such is just the scratch of the surface, and the stuff like scholarly articles are often ignored out of ignorance and people not wanting the fancy wording involved. So I steer clear from most mainstream stuff.
Mm. That's interesting. Yeah, I was just thinking about the necromancy thing, and I think I mean, obviously the old zombie of like Haitian and African or descent is about,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know of any other necromancy, and maybe it's a good thing I don't. That's a creepy idea.
I mean, there is that weird conspiracy theory that a lot of the Hollywood elite, if you look in Renaissance paintings, they look exactly the same as like their current selves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
There's
at
like a
all freaky.
whole bunch of them too.
Oh, that's creepy. Yeah. Well, that's I mean, if I suppose if,
It could just be coincidence, you
but
know.
if they ever do solve immortality, it'll be people like that get it long before the rest of us schleps. You know.
Certainly.
Yeah. they, they probably don't want to keep me around longer than my expiration date anyway. But just saying.
Age like a fine wine.
I think I'm vinegar. I went bad, Chucky. All right. Let's see what Rachel says.
Rachel says, I think that the collective unconsciousness exists and that true facts about government knowledge regarding the paranormal in all aspects drifts from the minds of government officials who have top secret clearances into the minds of creative individuals. It's not intentional, it just happens.
Mm.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of
Yeah,
leaking information unintentionally.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe the old saying, the truth will find its way to being exposed. That's not quite how the old saying goes, but I paraphrased the hell out of it. But yeah, truth will be known. It will rise to the surface. Kind of takes on a life of its own. And then I kind of polluted it here. I missed reading it. So, oops.
That's okay.
Yep.
I can kind of filter those ones out.
Good. All right.
Karen comes in next. I think it's both, to be honest. There is generally a basis of reality in all science fiction and paranormal and like shows. I think there always has been. I don't really necessarily think the government is trying to brainwash us in that respect. If anything, they are trying to convince us none of it really, and it's all our imagination.
Mm.
I'm not sure if I'm on subject or not, but there it is.
Wow, I just reread what I wrote and it makes no sense. Yes, it is fine. You said it fine, Karen. Yes, I think the government is trying to make us believe it's not real. I'll answer the next question when I'm more awake. You did great, Karen. Don't ever worry.
Wonder Woman comes in next. We must stand up and stay strong for our knowledge. Yes, our knowledge, not just belief. Irrefutable evidence can't be brushed aside easily. Remain in control of self. One day it will all be made clear. We are not the ones staying in a ship of fools. They are.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope that we're moving towards an era of more truth, but in the given time, we have a lot of layers before we can get there. But
Yeah.
that was
that Age of Disclosure documentary should definitely help the general public if they watch it.
Good. I hope so. I've seen some of the clips from it, and it does look like it's a really good production. Looks like it
I
was
mean,
very well done.
they have tried to play on the ego of the president in order to give like a presidential announcement about this stuff to the general public.
Mm-hmm.
Be the first president in history to formally acknowledge the phenomenon.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. I suppose it's possible. I won't hold my breath, but anything's possible. I think we're, some really cool things are happening and some really scary things are happening. So I think we're teetering on a lot of different areas. Like it's a 3-dimensional teetering point. It's not just this way or this way. It's like every direction is like a teetering point. I hope we can just keep it all together and keep us together.
Me too.
There you go. That was the question of the week. You guys did great. Thank you to those of you who took the time to answer and weigh in on this. And keep watching this. And again, join the Discord. We'd love to have you join and become part of it. And everybody's welcome. There's Phil Funk got a new hat. You wouldn't have known that if you weren't on Discord. I'm just saying. This is the kind of stuff everybody shouldn't see. It's a Jeep hat even. That's cool. Actually, my Minion's got one like that. It's not a Jeep hat, but it's a gray hat, but it has that automatic light on it. And I'm like, oh, that's a clever idea. That's somebody, well, I guess miners have been using that forever, but the people digging in the earth, not young people. When I say miners, I mean the ones digging. But yeah.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Yeah, exactly. So, very cool though. We'd love to see you join us and weigh in on this, on the question of the week yourself. If you have ideas or things to add to the discussion, please do. We'd love to hear from you. So this has been the question of the week. And that is also this. Can you believe it's already 8:16? My God.
Yeah, time's been flying today.
It has, hasn't it? But it's in a good way for you? Has it been a good day?
I mean, any weekend where you have to go in and work is not always the most pleasant, but
yeah.
The extra money's nice.
Yeah, extra money's always good. That's true. But let's see, what are we going to get to tonight? Should I get to that, or should we go right to the other thing? I think we'll go right to the, what the hell is that, actually? I'll skip the thought catalog article for now. So I guess it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the next part of our journey. We're going to what the hell is that?
The hell is that?
Exactly. That's what we want to know. Right, Chucky?
Well, yeah, I will definitely want to know what the hell is that.
And I got a few things pulled up. It's not a huge segment tonight. I know I went really hard and heavy on the what the hell is that stuff for a while. And it's a new topic, a new discussion point. And they've been fun. I've enjoyed going through them, but I only got a couple of them for you tonight. And then we'll head into the cryptids, because I have not given you guys much cryptid corner for quite a while, actually. And so we're going to head into this. What the hell is this one? Get inside. Oh, yeah. I remember this one. Okay. This one is a video, and I got it from Para Breakdown. I don't know if you guys know Phil Pauling. He's been at this for a long time. He does Para Breakdown, where he kind of breaks down claims and treats it, at least his old videos used to treat it very much like an investigation, digging into the information. And have you ever heard of Para Breakdown, Chucky?
I haven't, no.
Oh, you should check out his channel. Phil Pauling's been at this for a long time, and he's got a great angle. I don't know that he's always right. I haven't agreed with everything that he's said over the years, but I think kind of like Thinker Thunker, he's out there doing it, and he's looking for answers, and he's weighing it against known things and things that he can uncover, and it's very cool. So,
certainly.
Yeah. I'm just watching the Rumble chat. Dog Digger came in. I don't know if I said hello to you yet, Dog, but welcome, brother. Welcome. And Josh Casto's hanging out over there tonight, so that's cool. A lot of going on over in the Rumbles. Here we go with a video from Para Breakdown. I'll just play it as it is, but please support Para Breakdown on YouTube. It's just YouTube/Para Breakdown. And you'll see it on the bottom of the screen here. But here is the video. Well, if you're not familiar with what the hell is that, it's a segment where I'll show you some video evidence, picture evidence, some kind of evidence. And I ask you guys to weigh in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat if you think what you're looking at could be genuine representation of paranormal or supernatural or Fortean evidence, or give me a 0 if you think it's nothing. And if you're kind of in between, give me a decimal point, like 0.3. I'm willing to consider, but not really convinced. Whatever. Just let me know. In that way, I'll show you the video, and then you guys can weigh in. And again, this comes from Para Breakdown on YouTube. Here it is.
Oh, come on inside! Carly!
I'm going to get rid of the sound because I don't want to pay that creator. It's official True Cosmo. It looks like it comes from that channel, and Para Breakdown grabbed it and did it. I don't know what's going on here. But there's a close-up, slowed down of the Sasquatch. So you can kind of come to your own conclusions. What do you guys think? Are you looking at a representation of footage captured of a Sasquatch, or what are we looking at here? Whatever it was, it scared the hell out of me, the lady says, I guess. I think it scares the hell out of me, too. It's like he's wearing a Phantom of the Opera mask, though, isn't it?
Kind of.
I'm expecting him to play organ at any point here. All right, weigh in. Karen Alberding says, nope. Phil Funk's not in on this one. Sharon Sunshine, nope. Stoney Jackson's not buying this one at all. Rachel's not buying it as well. It's too hard-edged, Danny Manil says. Yep. Karen Alberding, nope. Linda, I don't know, Patty 0.0. I think that's a nope. Let's see. Wonder Woman's not buying it. Sharon Sunshine, nope. Annie Manul, nope. 24 Vampire Man says, yeah, 50-50. Could be real. Okay. Fair enough. Looks a bit too good for the Wizard Moon. Nope. Dale Atkinson's not getting it. Not buying it, I should say, not getting it. Michelle Wolfong doesn't, and Phil Funk's giving it a -1, so it actually owes us truth. And I guess. And John Stevenson, nope. Kel, nope. Maggie, nope. The music setup is 000. Yeah. But what do we got over in the Rumble? Do you guys vote? Anybody got an opinion?
Looks like one of those inflatable costumes, like the T-Rexes.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could hear the fan in the background.
That's funny. But the weird part is that white part on the top part. I mean, it does have, like somebody pointed out, has really defined edges, like almost more than the foliage around it. So it looks like something at least gimmicky going on for sure. The fingers
Stuffed
look like
animal costume.
The fingers look like a collection of, like an inflatable. Exactly what you said. It does look like it could be an inflatable, honestly. I mean, the arms are like over exaggerated for one. I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you might be right on with this one. Actually, it might be one of those inflatables because look at the fingers. They're like these rigid sausages, sticking out. There doesn't seem to be any articulation in them at all. And I don't know. But there you go. I think we're all pretty much in agreement. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement, saying it was like 7 or 8 feet tall. I don't think it was. Probably about 5'7" and maybe a little taller with the inflatable. But there you go. And I'm not meaning to poop on the creators here. If they believe this is real, that's fine. But I think they got faked out. I don't think this is real. I think you guys don't think it's real. We all agree it's not real. So we'll give this one a big nope. And then I got one more for you guys that we're going to go into next. That one was pretty self-explanatory. The mock squatch. I just coined that term tonight, Chucky. The mock squatch. I don't know. Maybe it'll take off. This
I'll
one,
probably see it next Halloween.
yeah, this one is some ghostly footage. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Somebody owes me royalties if that's the case. This this one is from Lefty Loves You channel on Facebook, and I just want to see if you guys will catch it. I it's supposed to be some ghostly activity going on here, and I just want to see what you guys will say to this one. So let me. I think I'll start it here. Maybe I got to look and see where's the best place. No, I got to start it back here. Definitely got to start it back here. Okay. It's somebody's apartment. They're saying is still haunted. Mon appartement est toujours hanté. I think that's French for my apartment is haunted, or still haunted, something like that. Which is in parentheses below, so that's good. It's how worldly I am. No, I think it was translated, and I'm an idiot. But anyway, let's get to this one and see what you guys think. I do have something to point out to you guys, but I'm going to see if anybody sees it. Here we go. Here's the video. Again, I guess it says paranormal caught on camera, but I don't know. I think that's just their version, but it's Lefty Loves You. Put this up, and here we go.
I would be outside in that very moment already. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm just going to mute that. It's really obnoxiously loud.
What the fuck? Oh. The toy. I thought it was someone.
So, yep, there's a little toy bouncing against the wall. The ball obviously got thrown out. The light goes on. Do some panning around, I think. Toy falls.
No, fuck that.
Okay, that's really loud and obnoxious again. She sees something in the reflections as well in the window. I didn't really see it, but apparently she did. But I didn't look that closely because I was already out at this point. But you know how you're like all in on something until you see something, then you're all out. I was all out right here. This is the part I wanted
checked out.
This is the part I wanted you guys to see. Okay, here's the ball. Pay attention to it. Okay, and then it, boom, shoots back. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is reversed. That's reversed. That ball actually was rolled, it bounced and did this. And they started it from the end and they ran it backwards. This is obviously a fake. Do you see that as well, Chucky?
Yeah. Yeah, either that or there's a string on it.
Well, I mean, it's two different clips. The ball is actually thrown out.
I can definitely see the reversal there.
Yeah. So the first part is reversed. The second, it is thrown out and somebody's feeding little walking toys. They did throw the ball out. The way that she's panning the room in this narrow frame.
Yeah.
Somebody could
gives plenty of opportunity to play a ring around the rosy.
Right. The person just stays behind her and makes sure not to hit the reflections. Strings. Yeah. Everything pulls in a direction, and fish line pulls are real easy with this kind of stuff. Turning on the toy when she had her back to it, of course. There's just too much silliness. Oh, there is somebody. Actually, that's probably the person. Watch when she goes up. There looks like somebody right over her shoulder. That's the one throwing the ball and all this stuff.
Yeah.
There it is. Yep. So she made it look like an apparition appeared behind her and is right by her, but that's probably the guy that's doing it.
Yep.
Yep. So he just
oh no, it's my husband in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. So I you can vote if you want, but if you say one, we need to talk. No, but this is definitely reversed. That is absolutely opposite. He rolled the ball out, it hit, and wound around here. They took that and ran it backwards for the beginning and then the second part, because there is a clip. There's a cut. There's a cut here after it rolls up. There. Now it clipped. 2 minutes and later, then the ball gets thrown out. Sure it does, because they had to set up the next shots, and this is the one. So that's the video. I don't believe there's anything. Yeah, I got a zeros. You guys are right, but I just thought I wanted to point that out to you because, again, one of the big motivations for me to do this was just to watch things and then try to give you guys what I see and to hopefully help you look at this stuff, because there's a ton of this out there. And there's
critical analysis.
Yeah, give you just things to look for, like reversed motion instead of being forward. As it appears, it's actually been reversed. Now, of course, you'll see all this in AI or some version of AI, and it gets harder. But this video tricks. This is an older video. It's been around for a long time, but I just wanted to point that out to you. So this has been, what the hell is that? Did you have fun, Chucky? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, certainly. I mean, these paranormal ones drive me nuts because every shot is always set up by an open doorway.
Yeah. There's so many of them that somebody's in a room and they're recording and like things are falling, but they always fall towards the person with the camera. There's one
or
near
like a staircase that goes downstairs where they could easily just pull a fish line from down in the staircase.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, well, that's obvious. Now I'm Brent, remember that levitating video I sent you? Is that the one with the woman and the kid? Is that the one you're talking about? Because I had seen that a lot of times before. That's a very old video, but it's a very curious one.
The kid in the forest.
Yeah, with the mother or big sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's creepy. I think that's one. Oh, no, it's a man. I don't remember then, I don't think. Brent, always dashing my hopes for a good video. Shane Grove, Mr. Shane's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Shane is, of course, one of the creators and hosts of From the Shadows podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Another great show you should be checking out. But yeah, very, very interesting. Please resend it to me. I don't know. I'm sorry if it got lost in the shuffle here, but it's certainly something we can share on the What the Hell Is That? Thank you, though. Come on, Brent, challenge us. What am I challenging you with? A video, you mean? I don't really have. That was my challenge for tonight was, did you notice that reverse footage? And I was just curious. And I didn't give you much time.
Next episode, I got a good one for you on Instagram.
Okay, yeah. So for Wednesday's show, Chucky will be sending me something on Instagram, and we'll put that one up for you guys. Yep. Oh, Maggie caught you yawning, Chucky. What's going on?
I've been up since 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that'll do it. But there you go. This has been What the Hell Is That? And hopefully you enjoyed it, because we did discover, I think.
What the hell is that?
Right? Am I right? I think we nailed it, didn't we, Chucky?
Absolutely, we did. Busted those.
Justin,
fakers.
go to Earth. God bless you. $10 donation in Rumble. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Very, very cool, guys. Thank you. All right. Didn't mean to stomp on you there, but, just a big yellow sign in my face. It's like, whoa. I don't see that a lot in Rumble. And fair enough. We don't have as nearly the audience on Rumble that we have in YouTube, but it's nice to see. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. So I guess we should get to the cryptids now, right?
Yeah.
We should probably get to the cryptids, folks. This is where we head into the darkness to explore the cryptid corner.
Nice radio voice there.
Well, thank you very much. Classic Arnold Schwarzenegger to the choppas. Get to the chopper.
I've sat in that chopper skin.
That's right. You told us that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I loved that.
That is cool. That's very cool. I've not, but that would be neat. All right. So this is the Cryptid Corner, ladies and gentlemen, where we explore and discuss encounters with creatures that are not substantiated by the sciences of our realm, the biologies, the natural sciences. They don't acknowledge Bigfoot. They don't acknowledge Dogman. They don't acknowledge pale crawlers or Loch Ness monsters or any other number of different creatures that are apparently sharing the world with us. But we believe they're out there. And so we explore the Cryptid Corner. And that's what we're going to do right now. So by God, this is what we're doing. The first one in probably most everything we do tonight is going to be Sasquatch Chronicles. It might hit a Phantoms and the Monsters here. I love Phantoms and Monsters as well. Lon does an exceptional job with his reports over there too, but I haven't been hitting them too much lately. But let's get to this from November 24th. November 24th on Sasquatch Chronicles, ladies and gentlemen, comes this. Look up. There it is. Looks like a guy in a gorilla suit. Kind of like that balloon guy we just did, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, actually. All right. A listener writes, I've had a few strange things happen in my 60 plus years living here in Washington. I'm out in Lewis County on the west side where it meets Pacific County. Well, the first thing that ever stuck with me happened in 1979. My brother-in-law and I were driving to a friend's house one morning up on a hillside where the big power lines run down towards a substation. I saw a figure standing there, tall, completely black, and I said, look up, there's looks like a guy in a gorilla suit. We turned around to get a better look, but it was gone. Only years later did I learn that sightings along power lines are actually pretty common. And they are, that's true. I think it's for obvious reasons. You know, Bigfoot can either burn calories and efforts by pushing through the brush, or it can just take the path of least resistance and cut those power line runs. A couple of years later, around summer of 1980, a bunch of us were camping and partying at the Boys Fort Lions Club Park, a tiny little campsite off of PE 11 or ELL, I don't know. Is that 11 or 2 L's? I don't know. McDonald Road, and I was there with my older brother, a Vietnam-era vet, his girlfriend, and some of my wilder friends. They were drinking hard liquor, shooting guns, fighting, doing all the crazy stuff people did back then. I could feel things turning volatile, so I decided to leave and just walk home. It was around 1:30 or 2 a.m. Well, I grabbed the axe we brought for cutting firewood and headed out. No cars passed me the entire 8-mile walk. It was absolutely pitch black and overcast. No stars, no streetlights, no flashlights. Only a few stretches where the trees canopy over the road. I literally couldn't see my hand in front of my face, and at one point, something started walking beside me in the ditch. When I stopped, it stopped. Well, I slammed the axe down into the gravel and yelled, trying to scare whatever it was away. I was 17, terrified, but still more scared of staying back there with that group. Well, I finally made it to my sister's house a mile outside of PEL, or ELL, I don't know how to say that. Tapped on their window and crashed there. Years later, I learned that Sasquatch is known for pacing people out of the woods. And honestly, I thank God I made it home. I could have easily been a missing 411 case. Funny enough, David Politis recently covered a woman who vanished from that same road. Her home was just down from the power lines. Ooh, terrible. In 2017, I was offered the chance to be a caretaker of a small farmstead about 30 acres at the end of the dead end of a road. Beyond the property is nothing but wilderness all the way back to the coast. What the hell was that? That's Discord, isn't it? Something chirped. Anyway, I thought I had everything muted over there. My sons had all moved out and wanted something smaller and cheaper, and honestly, it felt like a blessing. And I've been here 7 years now. But when I first moved in, something felt off. The previous caretakers had suddenly abandoned the place. Clothes still in the closets, food in the fridge and cupboards. They left the keys with a note that said we had to go. Well, I still have the note. The landowners are good people, so I never understood why anyone would bail on such a sweet setup unless something pushed them out. I suspect they poached heavily. I found multiple deer hides near the shop and a bear hide hanging inside, and there were tree stands near the fruit trees. Nobody lives close enough to notice. Well, after the place sat empty for over a year, I moved in. Had to deal with a mouse infestation and a house full of someone else's belongings. And sometimes I felt watched. While working in the garden one evening, something up on a wooded hillside above me let out a growl, almost like something imitating a dog. A woof gave me chills. I wrapped up and went inside, and occasionally rocks would roll down my metal roof. No idea from where. One day I called my son over to look at something in the trees up on the hill. It looked like a blue tarp strung between branches, like someone was camping up there. Well, we got out binoculars and started scanning, and suddenly a huge tree came crashing down. No wind, calm summer evening, just a massive crack and then a collapse. We looked at each other like, what the hell was that? That was the last segment. So we hiked up the next day, no campsite, no tarp, nothing. A couple of weeks later, I was sitting on the porch on a Sunday morning, and another tree came crashing down, this time from behind the shop. Again, no wind. Another time at around 8 a.m. I heard a scream from deep in the woods behind the house. Not a cougar scream, more like a pissed off woman. There were no public roads back there. I'm not a hunter, just have chickens, goats, and a couple of turkeys. A friend dropped off a couple of feral cats, which multiplied and ended up solving the mouse problem for good. The neighbors had some horses, so I let them graze my fields. I had 2 dogs when I moved here. One morning I let them out, and coyotes took one of them. And then only then did I realize my old dog, Bogey, a small mixed breed, was deaf. The other dog had been his ears. Bogey lived to 16 and passed away this past December. Losing him was one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. One night around 2 a.m., Bogey woke me to go outside. And as I look towards the barn, I see 2 dim orange lights glowing from one of the windows. I figured it was the electric fence for the horses, but the fence is solar powered and sits about 20 yards from the barn. Well, these lights persisted even when I shined my flashlight on them, about 2 or 3 inches across, dark orange, fading into brighter orange with what looked like a pupil. I didn't go down there that night. I checked the barn the next morning. There was nothing inside that could have produced those lights. No electricity whatsoever. Later, I learned some people claim Sasquatch eyes can glow on their own. All I know is I'm glad I didn't go any closer. That's pretty wild, huh, Chucky?
Absolutely.
Yikes.
Seeing the eye shine is always an interesting detail.
Is that something you've witnessed personally?
Not that I'm aware was ever a Sasquatch.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I've
sure.
seen eye shine out in the woods before, but
Yes.
not anything that I could attribute to being like 7-8 feet up in the air. That's not a bird.
Right. Yeah. I've seen golden eye shine only once, and it was when I was driving, and I don't know what animal that was, but I've seen deer, and deer seems to be more, I don't know, what color is deer eye shine? Green, that's what I was thinking.
They're usually green, yeah.
And I'd seen little eye shine like white from littler animals crossing a road as I'm driving, but I was driving home one time, and I think there was a dead deer in the ditch, and then there was something over it, but I didn't really catch a good glimpse of it. It was in the dark, in the night, in the summertime, and I wasn't really paying attention. I just noticed there's a hump and then another hump, and then as I was driving by, it's like the other hump looked at me, and there was like 2 golden balls of light. And
I bet you it was a cougar.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I didn't know, though. I was just like, what's feeding on a deer? I was thinking, could it be coyotes? Maybe. I don't know what their eye shine looks like, but it was just the first time I ever remember seeing golden eye shine. I was like, wow, wonder what that is. So
Yeah, I bet you anything that's a cougar.
yeah. Well, they don't exist there. Just ask the Department of Natural Resources. They don't
Sure.
they don't exist anywhere.
Farther.
If you ask them. Oh, it says farther. The ghost box says farther. Yeah. They might be farther from the truth. Absolutely. Couldn't get farther from the truth. But yeah, that was the one time I saw a different eye shine. But yeah, I thought he was going with orbs like these, the glowing orbs story was going to be what we were hitting there. But it's they must have been pretty sizable though, because again, he was able to differentiate that there were pupils in the middle of them.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. And they're supposed to be like huge. Like if you ball up your fist almost.
Right. Like those are eyes meant to capture a lot of light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what you're seeing is not like a glow. I think it's a reflection of the ambient light around in the nighttime.
Sure. Yeah. Although I did interview a guy named Kevin Keeney, and he researches on the Mogollon Ridge in Arizona. And he was telling me he would go out, no fires, no lights whatsoever, sit in the absolute darkness. And there was no ambient lights, no light anywhere. It'd be overcast, dark nights. Couldn't see anything. And then he'd see these red dots appear like two eyes.
Well, that's visible to us anyways, because they're probably, like, my theory is that they're seeing an infrared and ultraviolet.
Sure.
So we might not see that light, but I think everything that's nocturnal uses that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do believe that they can see the infrared because there's so many reports of them knowing where trail cams are, knowing where proximity lights are that trigger from infrared sensors. Like they can tell where that ends, and they will skirt the very edge of it, even though it's invisible to us. So
Absolutely. There's so many animals that can see it.
yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me that they can too.
Yes, I agree. But let's go to the next one. November 24th, again, strange occurrences and a red light near our hunting shack. A listener writes, October 2025, there were a few of us sitting around a table in our off-grid hunting shack, just enjoying each other's company. For context, we're deep in the Pacific Northwest backcountry. No power, no civilization for miles. No motorized vehicles allowed anywhere near the place. And out of nowhere, we hear a thud on the side of the shack. My wife said, there's something outside. But a friend brushed it off, saying it was probably just a piece of firewood settling in the stove, so we ignored it. A moment later, another thud, louder this time. Well, three of us got up, opened the door, and checked down the side of the shack where the sound came from, but there was nothing there. Convinced it was probably nothing, two of us headed back inside, while the third said he needed to use the bathroom. Not going to read that word. Our name for the outhouse, which rhymes with hitter. We had barely sat down again when just seconds later, let's call him Jay, came sprinting back inside, not even making it to the outhouse. He blurted out, "There's something out there." And the fear on his face was real. This is a military veteran who's seen his share of things, and he said whatever it was made a deep exhale or grunt from just outside. So Jay, S, and I went back out. We'd only walked about 15 to 20 feet towards the rhymes with hitter before stopping. The outhouse sits about 40 to 50 feet from where we stood, with no trees between us. Behind it, though, the timber tightens up. I saw it first. What the hell is that? Again, it's like coming up all the time. I said, what I saw was a small red glowing light pulsing faintly. A minute later, Jay said, "What the hell is that?" And he'd finally locked onto it too. S still couldn't see it yet. The red light looked like a tiny, dim LED pulsing on and off. The light was pitch black, so dark I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. Whenever I stared directly at the light, it would vanish. I'd have to move my head around, almost like searching around branches for an angle. And then it would reappear, then vanish again, then reappear somewhere else slightly different. At one point, I saw 3 separate red lights at the same time, all at different heights, but roughly eye level. Always single lights, never two together like eyes. And that's when S finally said, "What the hell?" And he was clearly shaken. He'd been scanning the area with a thermal scope the whole time and seeing nothing until suddenly he saw what he described as a face, a circular white heat signature peeking from behind a tree or stump before disappearing again. Well, after that, the red light on the far right appeared noticeably closer. Now unobstructed by any branches, S just kept saying, "Red, off, red, off, red, off," in rhythm with the pulsing. We've had 3 other strange experiences over the past decade that we've never been able to explain. One was an extremely loud, heavy scream that terrified all of us, and the other involved a group of large ground nests. All of these seem to be possibly Bigfoot-related activity. Because of that history, it almost felt logical that these red lights might be connected. What I'm trying to figure out is whether you've come across anything like this, or if you know of any accounts describing similar red lights. I'm obsessive when it comes to researching things, but I keep running into dead ends, mostly references to red glowing eyes or floating orbs. This wasn't eyeshine. There was no light source to be reflected off of, and the orb stories I've found don't match what we saw either. This experience doesn't resemble anything I've come across in the short time I've been digging into it. You've heard those reports though, right, Chucky? The orbs that maybe become Bigfoot?
Yes, yeah, I have heard that. I've seen an orb before, and they're rather strange.
Yeah. How big was it?
But, volleyball sized.
Oh, that's pretty big. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the story?
It was very blue. It was at my old house. I was just looking out the window, and this was on the farm, and they had just cut the cornfield, and out of my window I'm looking, and I see this blue orb, and it just starts floating along the field, and then it goes straight up in the air like 50 feet and then just disappears.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It was weird.
That is weird. That's way weird. I just don't know what to do with those. It's such a nebulous topic, and that's maybe a poor choice of words, but, they're just these balls of energy. But people have claimed to have witnessed them forming into some kind of humanoid shape. I don't know that it's like, I don't know if I've ever heard of a story where people said, and then it turned into a Bigfoot, like right there in front of them. Like, I've never quite heard that correlation.
No, they just been in the same area.
Yeah, that's all that I've ever heard. And so
yeah,
I do suspend belief that these are one and the same thing, but it's possible. I acknowledge it could be possible. I just, until I hear someone go, yeah, and then it became a Bigfoot. And I was like, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I can't discount
psychic circles, when people are talking about astral projection and stuff, they talk about going into a light body.
Oh, yes, they do. You're right.
They often describe it being like an orb of light.
Oh.
So maybe it's something along those lines. Maybe it's psychic Bigfoot.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's anybody's guess, and I realize that sounds cheeky, but, we both acknowledge it could be. We just don't know. We just don't know, but I know there's time for one more story. Are you ready for this, Chucky?
Of course.
All right, November 21st, I think my dad is having encounters. Can you help? A listener writes, my dad and I live in eastern Connecticut, and someone on Reddit suggested I reach out to you, so here it goes. I have a trail cam video my dad sent me, though I'm not sure what to make of it. All I know is that for the first time in my life, I've watched a man who has never been scared of anything leave his own home and refuse to go back. We already read this one. I read it a few weeks ago, or a week or two ago. I'm going to skip this one because we already read it. Sorry, folks. That was bad planning. What is this one? A ball of light over Ireland. Well, since we're on the topic of ball of light, this will be a good one. It's a little longer, but we might end up in a little bit overtime, but let's get to this. November 19th, a ball of light over Ireland. Because it's not just here in the States, folks. This stuff is global. A listener writes, I'm writing from Dublin, says twice. Ireland, and I've been listening to your show on YouTube a lot lately, and what always grabs my attention are the stories involving balls of light, those orbs your listeners describe. I wanted to share my own experience, one that has stayed with me for nearly 30 years. My story goes back to when I was about 14 years old. My best friend and I were standing at the end of our street around 10:30 p.m., just hanging out, and I noticed a strange ball of white light. And at first, I assumed it was a new lamppost or a floodlight positioned high above the Nestle chocolate factory, which is roughly 250 to 300 meters away from where we were standing. We also couldn't really see the factory from our vantage point, but based on the direction and height, that's where I believed the light was. I'm from Tallaght, 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 I guess. A large built-up suburb full of houses, business parks, industrial estates, big shopping center, and a major hospital, and countless floodlights scattered everywhere, but this ball of light immediately stood out. It was a perfectly round orb. Brilliant white, unlike anything I'd ever seen. The best way I can describe it is like looking into a kaleidoscope, like those swirling shard-like pixels, but all shimmering in pure white and contained perfectly within the orb. I pointed it out to my friend, and as we discussed what it might be, the orb suddenly rose straight into the air at about the same height of a 5-story building, and it now had our full attention. Yeah, I guess you see that happen. It might make you dial in, right, Chucky?
Oh, of course.
Well, it hovered there for a minute or two, completely still, before slowly moving closer. It wasn't coming directly towards us, more towards our 11 o'clock position. It stopped again roughly above a row of bungalows, 1 block over near the edge of our estate that runs parallel to the motorway. Well, after another short pause, it began moving again and positioned itself directly above us at around the height of a 4-story building. Well, I walked toward it as it moved, and once it was overhead, I didn't take my eyes off of it. What happened next is something I've never heard anyone else describe. As we looked up, straight up, a teardrop-shaped form made the same swirling, brilliant white light slowly emerge from the right side of the orb. The wider end of the teardrop came out first. On the underside of the shape was a Y-shaped notch cut at an angle. It drifted away from the orb slowly and steady, and then suddenly shot off like a tracer round. I saw it streak away just for a fraction of a second before it vanished. I immediately refocused on the orb, which hadn't changed or reacted in any way. About 5 minutes later, it began moving left, back towards the direction where we first spotted it, and we followed. It led us to the edge of our housing estate where an 8-foot-tall wall bordered a field, and we climbed up onto the wall and watched as the orb drifted slowly in the direction of Tallaght Hospital, which still sits beside the large shopping center known as The Square. I noticed people at the bus shelter outside the center were talking, laughing, clearly heading for a night out. None of them seemed to notice the orb at all. We watched it travel towards the hospital's main entrance until it disappeared from our view. Ooh, right to the hospital, Chucky. Ooh. The encounter lasted at least 20 minutes from beginning to end. The area has changed drastically since then. The field is now apartment blocks, and the street layout is very different. The orb never cast any light on anything around it. It was a brilliant, shimmering white. A few of your callers have described something almost identical, which is the first time that night that I've heard of anyone else describe what we saw. No one ever mentioned the teardrop, though. That detail has always stood out to both of us. Back then, there was no internet, no mobile phones, and certainly no drones. Neither my friend nor I can explain what we saw. After all these years, we both remember it exactly the same way. If he hadn't been with me that night, I probably would have chalked it up to a dream or my imagination, but we both witnessed it clearly.
Olivier.
Bolivier? Oh, Olivier.
What does
like
that mean?
Olivier. Olivier.
Olivier.
Yeah, like it looks like Olivier. Olivier, but it's pronounced Olivier, like Laurence Olivier, the old actor.
Huh.
So I'll finish this up quick. Hearing some of your listeners describe similar encounters is the first time in decades I've felt that someone else might have seen the same thing. Thank you for what you do. Every now and then my friend and I still talk about that night. It's something I will never forget. Huh. Very cool. Very cool. There you go. Darn orbs. Even over across the ponds.
Very lights in Ireland.
Yeah, exactly. Could be Faye. You're absolutely right. That's definitely a consideration. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Paranormal Portal. Chucky, you're obviously a busy guy, but you're still doing your other podcast, right?
Sure am, yep. I just did my first interview, and I should have that episode posted tomorrow.
Cool. Who'd you get? Who came on for you?
One of my friends from Texas. He's a firefighter, and he's got some pretty wild stories.
Oh, cool. Where can people find it, brother?
You can find that on Spotify at The Danger Zone Podcast with Chucky Danger. Or I'll usually post the links on Instagram, and that's usually where I'm most active, is on Instagram at Chucky_Danger.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming in and being a part of the show, brother, even a last minute like this. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, sure. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired.
No, you did. You did great, man. Other than a couple of yawns, you're dialed in, brother. You did fine. But that's going to wrap it up for us, guys. So, again, I'll be back next Wednesday for the next live show. So I hope you guys will join me. Bookmark it. If you're not already subscribed, please get subscribed. Please hit the likes before you go. That goes a long way into helping the shows. And if you're watching when it's not live, leave me a comment. That helps a bunch as well. So that's going to wrap it up for here. Watch for the new podcast on Monday releasing. It should be a good one. In my opinion, they're all good, but watch for it Monday. You can find our podcast everywhere that podcasts are played, and just do a search for Paranormal Portal and you'll find it. But other than that, all I can say is we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other, help each other out, find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as we can. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. You guys take care. Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate that. I really do. And that's going to wrap it up here for the live show. We'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Take care, and feel free to bring a friend. That's always welcome. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Pay attention for the change.